Okay guys, I have been hounded,
How the fuck do we eat that? Hold it. It's not gonna fucking bite you. It's
badgered,
Come on, guys.
threatened, threats of murder, threats of decapitation.
Take your best shot. Motherfucker.
Eliana, to make a cooking video. So I figured, alright, we're having spaghetti tonight. So I'll show you how I prepare and make my spaghetti, mainly my spaghetti sauce. So let's get into it. I'll show you the ingredients and let's make spaghetti sauce. Okay, well as we can see here, it's nothing fantastic, nothing too flash or over the top. You just obviously have your spaghetti, cracked salt and pepper, garlic, red and green capsicum, 500 to 700 grams of mince, and oh god, this thing's not the crapper, and 3 tins of tomato soup. So let's get cracking and I'll show you how I do it, where I can make the spaghetti sauce like not thick, but the way I make the sauce anyway. We'll get into it. Okay, normally when I'm here cooking in the kitchen, I like to throw myself right back to the 80s and imagine it's 1985 or 1988. Normally when I'm cooking, what I'll ask Google to do is this. Hey Google, play Sale of the Century from the 80s.
We're offering a $12,000.
Alright, now if you're from Australia and you're around my age,
At $20,000.
you remember this show? I know, it makes me feel like I'm back in the 80s when I'm cooking and I have the Sale of the Century running whilst I'm cooking.
$6,000, all on the world's richest quiz, Sale of the Century. And now, a big Friday night welcome for Glenn Rich.
Okay, but I won't be having that running obviously while we're doing a bit of cooking. Alright, now, let's get into it. I'll get out the fry pan and I'll show you the basic steps on how I make this. Like when it comes to the mince, I don't brown the mince first. I'll show you what I do first, or how I go about doing this. Okay, well obviously I've already washed my hands and everything. Now first up, all I do is I get the mince. So this is the 5-star grade mince. So I'll pop that in there. That's it for that. Then I'll just dollop a little bit of olive oil just on the top here. There we go, just a small amount. Okay, now recently what we did is I've got to cut up the capsicums. Now we just recently got this new knife block. Now these knives are fantastic, but they will take a finger off. They're as sharp as hell. So I'll find a knife, that will do, and let's cut this up. Okay, well first up the green capsicum, I'll just take off, I'll take off the ends here, get rid of those, slice it down the guts, cut out the middle bits. I have to be extra careful with this knife because it'll take my finger off. Okay, then what I'll do is I'll just wash off the excess. You know what I mean. I know what I mean. Okay. Okay, now with these, all I do initially is I just cut them into strips. Okay, and then basically it gets diced. Okay, now just throw it in the pot, or not in the pot, in the fry pan. Okay, so that's that. Now move on to the red one. Same thing, I just cut off the ends and down the guts. Take out the middle. the pips that are inside there, just rinse them off. Okay, then the same thing. Slice and dice. Okay, and straight into the fry pan. Then, up next, I get the garlic. And I like a bit of the garlic, so I'll put in 2 teaspoons of garlic. 1, 2. Alright, next, noticed nothing's been cooked yet. The mince hasn't been browned, nothing's happened. Bit of salt, bit of cracked salt, so just put a little bit of cracked salt in there. Black cracked pepper. A little bit of that in there. Now comes the real trick. Okay, now I could brown all this before I add the tomato soup. Yes, I use tomato soup. I've tried all other different ways and it came out okay, but the Heinz Big Red tomato soup, it's the way I love it and it comes out the best. So it's 3 tins of these. But notice I haven't browned nothing yet. I've cooked actually nothing. Now if I browned all this, minced it all up, browned it, no worries, then added the soup, no worries. It'll come out, the sauce will come out kind of chunky. If you like that, that's fine. But I discovered if you put 1 tin of tomato soup in first, then start browning everything, it comes out like a paste. A lot smoother, a lot thinner, and more like a paste. Now I much prefer this. So, come on out. Alright, I'll get this thing fired up now. I'll add the tomato soup. Just a touch of water just to get the excess out. Beautiful. Okay. Now I'll start, where are we? Close to medium. I'll start browning it with the soup in there and it'll slowly become into a paste. Alright, well as you can see now, everything's obviously starting to brown, it's actually cooking, and it comes up more, not so thick, not so chunky, it comes up more of a paste. I actually discovered doing this, I don't know, maybe about 10 years ago, by a complete accident when I accidentally put a tin in, and I'm like, oh, what have I done? And I just kept going, and I'm like, hang on, this come out better. So I've done it the same way ever since. Okay, now I'm going to add in the other 2 tins of tomato soup. And look, if you wanted to keep it this thick, you could, depending on how thick you want it. But I did find, I have found adding another 2 tins, that will actually feed 2 of us. And this will do tea, like for 2 people, another 3 nights. Like this will go the distance of 4 meals. I'll mix all this in, and then the next step basically is to let it simmer for about 2 to 3 hours. So what have we got? It's 3 o'clock. So by the time I'm ready to do the spaghetti, she's bubbling. By the time I'm ready to do the spaghetti, this all would have sat long enough, and then I always have a mess. I always have garlic bread with it. So we'll come back to when I'm ready to put the spaghetti in. Okay, next step, real easy. Just got to get a pot so you can fill it up with water and get it on the stove. Let's grab my spaghetti pot, fill it with water, get it on the stove, get the garlic bread out, and then wait 10-15 minutes. Okay, well that should do us. I'll get it right over on the stove, get the thing fired up. That's that bit. Okay, got my garlic bread. I won't fire that up just yet, but soon enough. I'll get some butter in this water. Alright, here we go, Nuttelex. I always use Nuttelex, no matter what. Okay. So I'll just get some butter in the water before I throw the spaghetti in. Alright, okay, now I'll give you a look at the sauce. The sauce is coming along beautifully. So it's been simmering for a couple of hours. She's ready to go. So when the spaghetti's done, I'll dish up a couple of teas and set the sauce in Tupperware containers. I've also got to grate some cheese yet. So I'll get out the cheese. I might as well grate that now. Okay, this is my grater here. This is actually a pretty cool grater because on the bottom here, you take this off, take the lid off, you stick that on there, and get on there. When you grate your cheese, if you don't use it all, you put the lid on, whack it in the fridge. Okay, let's get grating. Okay, well, as I said, the cheese is grated, and as I said, whatever you don't use, you just put the lid on, seals it in, keep it in the fridge for next time. Okay, what I'll do now is I'll just make up 2 things here of sauce to put in the freezer, then do the tea, and if there's any left over, I can normally get 3 out of it, but I don't want to jump the gun. So, it normally takes, I think it's 2 scoops. I'm trying to remember how many scoops per serving. I think maybe 3. I'll go 3. So that'll be 1 during the week, 1 night for tea, and there'll be another night. Anyone would think we live on spaghetti, we don't. It's just when I make it, it's better than wasting it and leaving it. So these, you can see how much is left still in there. There's plenty, so I'll be able to make up another one. So these will go in the freezer for another night. Oh, and if you're wondering for later on for dessert, this is so fattening and so good. Double chocolate pudding. So good. So fattening. This lockdown's got to stop. I've gained weight. This lockdown's got to stop so I can get out and do stuff and lose this free. I've gained about 8 kilos. It's got to go, but this will add another 8 kilos. Okay, we're bubbling away, so now it's time for the spaghetti to be in the pot. In the pot.
Water's boiling. Quick, chuck them in. Come on, chuck them in.
Okay.
Let's go. In the pot, in the pot.
Ew, gonna need more spaghetti, don't have much left. If I throw that in there, it'll only be a waste, so. Alright, that should only take about 10, 15, something like that. Okie dokie, now it's time to strain the spaghetti. So let's get that happening. These pots are awesome. These handles aren't hot at all. They're quite cool to the touch. These were a really, really good buy. Okay, while I'm waiting for that to warm up, I've thrown some more butter, so nothing like sketty and butter, is there?
Her favorite foods are sketty and butter.
Alright, as you can see, the butter is melting in the pot, which makes life a lot easier. In we go. Alright, now I'll just mix the butter through. This is just so the spaghetti doesn't all stick together, and it's more fattening that way. Alright, let's get it on the plate. And it's sauce time. And our grated cheese. Put our grated cheese on top. What do you know? There was none left over. Beautiful. Our garlic bread. And there you go. This is me making spaghetti. It's only taken about 3 hours or so. But thanks for watching. If you want me to make another cooking video, I'll think of something and I will certainly do it. So if you want to make this, guarantee you'll love it. This is really nice. I've been making this for years. So alright guys, I'll catch you on the next video. Enjoy yourselves. I'll enjoy myself. See you later. Bye.